Army commander killed by Boko Haram terrorists. Boko Haram terrorists attacked a Nigerian military base in the country's northeast, killing several soldiers, including a senior commander. The assault happened here in Beni Sheikh, in Borno State, about 75 kilometers from Maiduguri, the state capital. The brigade commander, Brigadier General O. Brahima, and at least 18 soldiers were killed.
I say, so what if I told you that the greatest problem of Nigeria currently is not terrorism, but denial? While Bola Ahmed Tinubu vows to the people of Nigeria that the country is safe under his leadership and vows to crush down Boko Haram, the people of the United States is quietly pulling out its members from Nigeria because they flag it as a country of concern. The question that people are not asking, that people fear to ask, is that if Bola Ahmed Tinubu says that Nigeria is safe, why then are people preparing to leave the country?
President Tinubu, I want to know how you can shake their hands, the hands of the victims, while you shake the hands of the leadership in your government who are known terrorists.
Here is GHL24. Make sure you look down there and hit the subscription button, and let's get into the decisive issue. I say recent development has sparked global concerns. Whilst Nigeria insists that the country is safe, there are a lot of things that is also happening in the country that is making it very unsafe for other people. One, the US have listed 23 states as a place of concern and have called it a no-go zone. Two, there are embassy staff that are being withdrawn from the United States embassy, that the US government has hinted that because of the insurgencies in Nigeria, they are asking all these embassies to withdraw all their services with immediate effect. The last one, which is very interesting, is that Boko Haram continuously attacks a wide spread of citizens in the country. And ladies and gentlemen, it's very important that we keep having this conversation open. The inconsistencies and contradictions is making Nigeria currently a country of concern. And I must advise anybody who is living in Nigeria that we need to have a common conversation about the insurgencies and the way Boko Haram is widely spreading its tentacles across the length and breadth of the country.
Army commander killed by Boko Haram terrorists. Boko Haram terrorists attacked a Nigerian military base in the country's northeast, killing several soldiers, including a senior commander. The assault happened here in Beni Sheikh, in Borno State, about 75 kilometers from Maiduguri, the state capital. The brigade commander, Brigadier General O. Brahima, and at least 18 soldiers were killed. He is the second Army Brigadier General to be killed in 5 months. The terrorists overran the base and set buildings and vehicles on fire. Shops and public areas were also destroyed, showing the wider impact of the violence. But violence is not limited to the northeast. In the northwest, armed gangs known as bandits have also launched deadly raids. In Sokoto State, at least 12 people were killed and more than 40 others kidnapped in recent attacks on villages. Local sources say the attackers moved through several communities, carrying out coordinated raids and abductions. Since Sunday, more than 100 people have been killed in separate attacks. Nigeria has been battling a jihadist insurgency for over 15 years since Boko Haram's uprising in 2009. But the conflict has evolved with groups like ISWAP growing stronger. These latest attacks come just as the United States issued a travel warning and has begun evacuating some of its embassy staff over security fears. As armed groups continue to expand their reach, pressure is mounting on Nigeria's military to quell the violence.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has said that he's going to crush down Boko Haram. And we keep asking ourselves, is it truth? Is it false? Or is he just making words and making up words just to calm the people of his country down? But this is the uncomfortable truth that people do not want to talk about. Boko Haram is no longer just a fringe group. Boko Haram, secondly, Boko Haram has splintered, they've evolved, and they are now operating alongside ISWAP. If you did not know, I'm telling you today, ladies and gentlemen. And the last part I want to tell you is that the attacks coming from Boko Haram is now more decentralized and unpredictable because they do not announce, even though before they were not announced, but now it is more unpredictable that they are even attacking brigadier generals who should have been the security apparatus of the country, the all-knowing person to know all the secrets of the country. But these brigadiers are being gunned down by Boko Haram, ladies and gentlemen. In the midst of all these events, in the midst of the heat, in the midst of the people of Nigeria begging and crying that the people who they elected into government, led by Bola Ahmed Tinubu, should come to their mercy, should help them fight against the deadly attacks of Boko Haram, the Nigerian government has promised to project and protect them with the strength that they have. But hey, let me tell you, projection of strength is not the same as protection. But you see, the action of Donald Trump in an announcement to withdraw 23 states and declare it as a country of concern and withdraw its members from the embassy was not just out of ordinary. Because if the US act, they don't just act, they act based on intelligence that have been relayed to the president, because the president outdoors and protects its own citizens first. And that is the major thing that they did. But listen, when US does some of these things, and under the leadership of Donald Trump, he has always taken aggressive stance or perceived threats. So things like Donald Trump asking the embassy staff to leave, things like the entire region labeled as unsafe is not just a mirage. It's not just a guess. It's not just Donald Trump trying to create panic and fear in the region of Nigeria. But this is pure intelligence. And this whole thing, it suggests something deeper. There is something going on that the Nigerian government is not telling the public. It's not telling the Nigerian citizens. And that are intelligence gathered and given to Donald Trump. And that is why he's making these moves. But hey, here is where things get very critical. When a government keeps promising its people that the country is safe, but foreigners and a country like United States of America, which gathers a lot of secret information, starts to pull out its members from the embassy, it doesn't just create a false narrative, but it gives people that kind of fear. It gives false confidence and it reduces vigilance. And hey, I must be honest with you, this is more dangerous than what we thought. But hey, let me tell you the biggest problem happening to Nigeria right now that nobody else will tell you. The problem Nigerians are facing currently is not just about their terrorism. The biggest problem of Nigerians, ladies and gentlemen, is about trust. They have lost trust and credibility in their government. They have lost trust in their security forces. They have lost trust in the national stability of their own country. And this is the state of mind of the people that live in Nigeria, including all their security agencies. All trust have been broken, and it will take the strongest military to fix the issues going on currently in Nigeria. But you see, what Tinubu is doing now is to tell his people that the country is safe, but that's nothing to produce that safety. Tinubu is busy speaking to the general public, giving them hope. When the people do not have hope in the government itself, when the people do not have hope in the system that Tinubu has created, when the people are seeing that the killings and the dying of people on daily basis are happening within the confines of their own zone, when people are seeing death than they've ever seen in their entire life, how would people have trust in the government that is not careful about its security system?
The reason I do not like Very Dark Man is because of all the people I have seen in Nigeria who make content about Nigeria, of all the youth in Nigeria, of everyone that I have seen from social media, I don't know on the boots on the ground, from social media, There is no one in Nigeria right now that has the power to start a revolution like Very Dark Man. Nobody in Nigeria right now has the power to start a revolution like Very Dark Man. Why has he not done it? Why has he never come out and called for a revolution? Why has the things he has seen in Nigeria never gotten him so angry to say, you know what, fuck this shit? Because for him, this system works. This system works for Very Dark Man. He makes his living off of your pain. He needs this system to stay in place. He needs to keep going to state and talking nonsense. He needs y'all to keep giving him money. He needs to be an activist. He needs all of this. He needs this system is exactly how, like, this guy goes to sleep every night. He's like, I love Nigeria. He wakes up in the morning, stretches. I love Nigeria. Not the idea of what Nigeria could be. He loves Nigeria as it is. I see him for what he is. That's why I don't like him. Because you have nobody in Nigeria. There is nobody in the whole youth of Nigeria. Nobody has the power to start a revolution. There have been so many deaths that if this man wanted, he could have gotten up and said, fuck this shit. Let's get rid of all of them. Nobody has the power like Very Dark Man or Very Black Man or whatever the fuck. But he refuses because, again, he makes a living off of your pain.
Alright, so my brother, I get your point. So you were saying that Very Dark Man have this power. He has so much influence on a lot of youth. A lot of Nigerians believe in Very Dark Man. He has the power to call for a revolution, and a lot of people are going to come out. But why haven't Very Dark Man done it yet? You see, I am self-aware. I know the influence I have. From the day we did the Rattle event at the Abuja Stadium and all the crowd, from our monthly events, the amount of youths that come out, the foot soldiers, the people on ground, they are all there. Why haven't Very Dark Man called for a revolution? I've asked myself that question. But then I always get the answer. Why? Which people am I calling a revolution? On behalf of what people? These Nigerians? Come on, I can't do that. These Nigerians? Against who? Who am I calling the revolution against? Against these politicians? These leaders? No, I can't do that. I'm sorry. And you know why? These politicians that you see as bad, as evil, as demonic, they are the exact reflection of who the people are. These Nigerians are more bad and more evil than the politicians that you see in power. I swear to God, an average Nigerian is worse than the politician. You see? Okay, let's say we lead a revolution like you all want. Who are the youth, or who are the people that are going to replace this leader? We kick Tinubu out, kick Shetima, come out all these people. Which youth? What kind of orientation do they have? What kind of mindsets do they have? Are they responsible enough to take charge of this country? What youth are you talking about? Who are you going to put in power? Are they productive enough? Let's start with my own state, Edo State, the youth and the mindset that they have there. Most of them do fraud. You go to Edo, you go to Delta, most of them they press. Asaba boys, Benin boys, they press. Now you ask yourself, what do they do with that money? Some of them clean up $500,000, $300,000, $1 million. What do they do? First things first, they buy a beautiful car. They buy a house. Then they open a club or they open a hotel. When you go to Edo State, Benin, you see hotel. Do you see the mindset? Then guess what? They pack security. They follow their say, wow. Most of the youth want to do exactly what these politicians are doing, but they want to do it better. The youth that you have in Nigeria want to steal better than the politicians. What orientation do they have? Are they productive enough? Somebody have never stolen $1 million and thought about creating 1 million employment. Those are the people that you want to put in power. People that all they think about is lau. Buy, spray money for club, do this one, buy the... Now those people you won't put for power, they will finish the country. Do they have togetherness mindsets? Do you see the way you go on Twitter every day and they create tribal wars? Religious wars? Who do you want to put in power? The people that believe that the Igbos are better than the Yorubas, or the Yorubas are better than the Igbos, or the Hausas are meant to be the political class? Do they have togetherness? Do they see themselves as Nigerians, as people, as brothers? These are the people you want us to lead revolution. Who are we going to stop? Do they have a leader's mindset? Again, I'm telling you that the people, an average Nigerian is worse than the government. I'm telling you. Is it the politicians that don't wait for the traffic light? They don't wait for it to get green, they just go? Is it the politicians that carry waste, they carry dirty and put it inside the sewage, or the sewage, the drainage system, and they block it, and then we have gutters? Is it the politicians that wind down their car and just throw trash? Is it the politicians that cannot obey common laws of the country? Is it the politician that was coming from where? I was coming from what country? I came to Lagos State on top of Ikeja Bridge. Person they did the shit. And I see plenty other shit for they go down the bridge. You see shit. Is it the politicians that went down there to pull down the trousers and put that caca there? Do you know how many things the rattles they clean every month end? Is it the politician? Shane a politician. Now he collects 650 million naira from a man. Say he won't give her land. And when he collected the money, he used part of that money to stop the law from holding him accountable. Do you know how many atrocities I call out every day? Then if I call a particular Yoruba man, the Yoruba people say it's against Yoruba for the evil that this Yoruba man did to another person. If you call out the Igbo, they'll say, oh, it's coming for Igbos, for the evil that this Igbo man did to another person. If you call out an Hausa man, the same thing. Then they say you are trying to spoil their business. These are business that is being fraudulent to other people. Which mindset do they have? At least I can boldly tell you that very dark man have achieved something. At least we have a movement where we don't care if you're Hausa, Igbo, or Yoruba. We work together to back dirty. That's togetherness there. If I've not achieved anything in my life, that's one of the greatest achievements, and nobody have achieved that in this country before. Togetherness. Nobody said Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba, no back. Now Igbo supposed to do this. They all come in uniform to do those things. Now we are talking about, you know, anytime they talk about a successful movement in this country, they talk about NSAS, but NSAS was a failure. I said the youth are not prepared, they are not ready. You think they are ready for change because they say it on social media? I go to different parts of Nigeria, I've seen the way they think, I've seen the way they act. What youth? Are we talking about the same youth? If I come to NSAS, are we talking about the same youth that when you want to bring development to the community, they'll tell you to settle them first? Are we talking about the same youth that if somebody say, if MTN say they won't come here now, Glo, Airtel, they want to put a max to be giving them network, even though, yes, it is business for them, but it's going to give them network. A lot of people can go into the internet. A lot of ideas can be generated from the internet. They will say MTN need to pay them first to put it there. Sometimes you want to do a road, the youth will come out and say no. They will stop the development of their community for you to bribe them first. You want us to lead revolution with that people with those type of mindset. Now let's talk about NSAS. You tell me that NSAS is one of the most successful movement of the country, but I saw it as a failure, the biggest failure the youth have ever failed. You came out to say NSAS. The first day I didn't go, so the second day I went. And I went the second day because some people were sent to disrupt the whole thing. And then the people that went for the protest, the youth, they were on top of Beggar Bridge, and down of the bridge, those boys were breaking people's cars and people's glasses to terrify the protesters. I somehow, because when I heard, I gathered my own people, we had our tools in the car, and we went there. When we got there, I saw this movement, I jumped down. When I jumped down, boom, I didn't know people were not following me. As I got to the front, the guy just carried his dagger. Just shift. Just say, no be say I shift. No format at all. My shoe slip me. I fell. Before God helped me, somebody threw stone. And that was how people now summoned the courage to come. I loved that day. I was so happy. We were in uniform. I went home. The next day I got dressed as early as possible. I carried my 206s. I got my guys. We drove there. I got there. I saw a guy holding a girl by a bum. Some other people were in the other corner smoking weed. I saw tramadol sachet on the ground. Some people were taking codeine. This was when we went to front of Central Bank. I was disgusted. Then I came back in the evening. They were partying. DJ was there. You came for end SARS. They've not ended the SARS yet. In Lagos, they were doing the same thing. Port Harcourt, they were blocking roads and they were drinking beer. And SARS, people were dancing. People were coming there to carry girls, go home, go knock, come back. It failed. It failed. Because they all didn't have the mindset of a leader. A leader is not meant to be one person. If everybody have the mindset of a leader, then they will stop some certain things that is within their own range. I ask you again, you're a politician, they beat traffic lights. All those big truck drivers, where they park their truck by the roadside, where they no go care, say somebody if they do mistake, come hit them. Are they meant to park there? I gave my security for where they stay. They helped me carry something. I wired the guy money. I sent him 30,000 naira. I said, share with your friends. He said, okay. I did. One of them come. I got down and said, how far? I don't get the money. I'll be hope saying do now well. He said, yes. He gave us 500 naira. I'll be 1,000 naira. I said, how? Because I counted them. At least that 30K, they would have done 5k each. Counted them. Say, how much you give you? He said, like you say 1,000. He said, you say more share. He said, you say more share 5,000 naira. I said, okay, let's go to the gate. I went to the gate. Then I asked him, how much did I give you? He could not talk. All of them opened their mouth. They were looking at him. I said, how much did I give you? He said, 30,000 naira. Everybody looked at him. What? Is it the politician? That's not the politician's job. Now you talk about, oh, very dark man, you are benefiting from all of this. Bro, all those videos when I travel to go and capture where they buy people, some of those videos, you can't use them on the platform where they pay you money, which is Facebook and YouTube. They are going to flag them and bring them down. I went to Yelwata, where's the video? It's nowhere all over social media. On my pages, it was brought down, I was flagged. So all those places I go there to create an awareness. I use my transport fare, I risk my life. There's no money attached to those things. If there's one where they won't make money, if you want to talk, say person they make money, now the normal videos. And what do I use this money for? I use it to solve people's problem. Who write petitions for these people? Who take these petitions up there? Do you think police have funding? If you go report case to police, you say police get funding. You mobilize them, you fuel their cars. Who pays for these things? To make somebody get justice? It's not saying police will not get you justice, they will. But it's going to take time. They will need to write approval, may they carry their motor. But at least, if you call mobility, okay, fuel money day, you need to move. You are not going to blame the police, not be bribed. There's no mobility for them, even in the books. It's not there. They're meant to generate these things by themselves. We get office now where they take people complain. Yesterday, I don't do another customer care service. This one, okay, we go check. Now me go pay them. To listen to your case, all of this is for free. I am in debt. Plus, I dey owe money. I know because I know they see money. I dey see money, but they owe. I see they come. It's not everything that come online. Some of these things are just okay, just do it. And they pay school fees of some persons now. My brother, I don't benefit from nobody's pain. You understand? But the youth are not ready for a revolution. Do you know their mindset? Youth will say they give them SSA that they are happy, senior special advisor. They are happy. They can't aim higher. My brother, for now, the movements will bring about togetherness within the hearts of the youth. Will draw tribalism. That's why no matter what I do, tribalism, there have been some stereotype of different tribes in Nigeria where it be true. Where we say no matter how you check, you go don't see and go say, oh my, if I say this tribe true they do like this. If I say this tribe true they do like this. If I say this tribe true they do like this. Right? But I'll still see another tribe where do like that, but it no be from this other tribe. Then you go no say it's a people's problem. It's a people's problem. You see, the orientation needs to be there first. For now, I don't see leaders. The people, the youths, where they don't make money, are they productive enough? What can they create? Which states can boast now and tell Nigerians that, which youth will say, in my state, with my capability, we are producing 1 million bags of rice every day leaves this state. We are that productive. Which states? This state will get the best refinery. Make them know them for social thing. Say this state, if you are talking about cocoa, not this state. If you are talking about the best plantain, this state. If you are talking about tomato, this state. If you are talking about this state, and they are bringing it in large number, don't you think that the food will be cheap? They could make money in a hotel, they buy, go club, or they open club, buy, go hotel, do this one, buy car, lavish, spend, carry security. They all want to be like the politicians. Come on, bro. But anyways, my brother, I really appreciate you. But for me, they are not ready. They are not ready. They are the same as the politicians that they all criticize. But for now, we are preaching togetherness and bringing the youth together to have a common goal, to do the smallest things that we can for the community. And from there, we can raise leaders in the future. I'm sorry, Blood. I watch your videos, though. You're an interesting person. Videos are cool. Stay blessed. And to the bad people of Nigeria, I sure all know the online police, not an activist. Now go learn new thing. Peace and love, don't play. If you play, go learn, and you go learn the hard way. Don't play.
How will people have trust in a government that looks after money than the security of its own people? Ladies and gentlemen, my name is GHLeak24, and make sure that you look down there. Let me hear what you think in this comment section. And I want to tell all Nigerians who are watching us that you need to protect yourself out there. You are on your own. The president and the people who you voted for do not, and I tell you, they do not honestly care about you.
Politics, no cap, just heat.